911, what's your emergency? And I was like, funny, Rich. Listen, I gotta get my shoes on, let's go get a beer. And he's like, 911, what's your emergency? And I was like, come on, Rich, I'm tired, I can't right now. 911, what is your, where are you? Where are you? And I realized I'd called 911. You're supposed to dial a 7. This is a true story, this happened. You're supposed to dial a 7 first at the Hilton or whatever. So I realized, I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry, I'm dialing, I'm at a hotel. What hotel? That doesn't even matter, I just dialed my friend. He's down the way in room 911. It's a big man. What hotel are you at, sir? I'm not, you know what, I'm not, and I hung up the phone. I freaked out, because I knew I'd done something real bad. Now, mind you, I hadn't been in New Jersey less than 30 minutes. I run down to Rich's room, pound on his door, and he said, what's going on? I'm like, God, I did something real bad, man. I called 911, and I hung up on him. And he, in typical Rich form, he runs and he gets his phone, presses record, he goes, all right, tell me the story. How did it go? So I tell him the story, I get to the part about hanging up, swear to God, on the door. And he's laughing, he's like, it's probably Chris, it's not anything, you know, we looked at the people and said, it's the cops. Open the door, there's a policeman at our door, and he said, did one of you call 911? And Rich goes, so, you know, I mean, the guy was like, it's fine, it happens. I mean, if you did it, you know, a whole bunch more times tonight, I'd have to take you down, but you're fine.
Tell him what the cop really said. He leaned over Rich and he went, son, did you go to college? Did you know how to dial a phone in a hotel? It says right on the thing, real big letters.
There's something wrong with your friend here.
It says dial a 7 before the room number, and then right above that in big bold letters it says, whatever you do, don't dial 911 unless it's an emergency.
Yeah, I haven't read so much. But anyway, yeah, so anyway, he took me down to my room, and he's like, I just need to check your room out. And on the way down, I was like, wait, is there something bad in my room? I mean, I would never, that is so not me, but I was like, oh my God, what if there's like a dead body in my room? Or like a big pound of Coke.
I think you automatically get that guilt.
Yeah, like oh God,
did something wrong.
I don't, but what if I did? And forgot. So anyway, it was all fine, but that really happened, so that is a whole episode. But of course, in the episode, I actually get taken down to the station, you know, shenanigans ensue, but it's that kind of thing.
Again, sorry.
Again.
So my question is, oh, by the way, you guys are doing great with hosting. Like,
thank you.
Great job.
Thank you.
So I was wondering, what do you guys like most about each other? Like, Matt, what's your favorite thing about Rob and Rich? And I figured I'd ask that because Rich isn't here to twist your words. So.
That's good call. Well,
I mean, is this gonna get emotional? I mean, realistically, we just had this talk in the green room for the sake of, I guess I'll try to make it funny somehow, but I literally looked at Rob and we were talking in the green room and I said, you know, at a point in this point in my career, I started acting late, you know, I was like 23 or 24 before I ever thought about acting, and so like I look at him as well as Rich, but for the sake of this monologue, more Rob. That's the only funny part I probably keep around. That what he's achieved in his life and how he is with as a husband and as a father and as a talented actor is why he's so important to me and why he means so much to me, because he has everything that I could only dream of achieving in this world, in this career. Like I want to be that good of a dad, I want to be that good of a husband, I want to be that good of a friend to my friends, I want to be that talented of an actor, you know, all these things. And we were literally just having this conversation. All BS aside, nobody was in the green room, I was telling him this exact thing. So I think, I just like Rob because he's Rob. He's honest and he's real, and I have so much to learn from him. I don't mean to make it like a thing, but no, it is what it is. I feel lucky that at 30 years old, or whenever I met 29 or 30, I feel so lucky to have found you, and Rich included, and have you guys as my mentors. I'm a better person because of it. Just like I'm a better person because of you guys, because of coming to these things. You allowed me to be who I am, and these guys teach me to be better than I ever thought I could be. Now I'm sweating. That was like, this is like...
And I'll say to you what I said to you. I don't think you realize how much you mean to us. Matt is like the most earnest person I think I've ever met. Like he wears his heart on his sleeve. He chooses his words carefully and says what he means. He did not pretend to be somebody else. And I learned from that. Like I wish I was that when I was your age. And I go, well, it's not too late. I can incorporate that into who I am now. The fact that you and Manny just had this beautiful baby, I think that's so courageous too. You know what I mean? You're young. And you're like, we want to put this positive energy into someone raising something. That is the most selfless thing that you can do. And so, you're a terrific person. So.
It's a little different when Rich isn't here, guys.
I know, we can actually say what we know. Rich will be like, nah, right. Rich isn't comfortable with
the man motion.
Man motion.
He's not real comfortable with a true bromance. He's not.
He really is not.
But we love him. That's why we love him, because Rich has the same thing. He puts it together, the three of us. And when Rob and I start getting awkward and lovey on each other, Rich just comes right in. No, guys, it's a bad idea. Don't do that.
I love the pictures when we have the three of us are picturing someone. They want us to do something lovey with each other, with them. So there's so many pictures of me and you, like two women, and we're all holding each other. Rich is on the side going,
yeah. Rich has a weird thing. Like today, somebody said, we want you two to hug, and then we'll hug you guys. And you and I are like, I'll hug it out. Like with Rich, Rich is like,
yeah, he's real awkward. He's super awkward about the hug.
But
we're hug really hard. Like,
yeah, or like he does that. Like I'm gonna hug you, but you're gonna know I'm a man. Your face is like. You know what I'm talking about?
When we sandwich a woman between us, he hugs so hard that I am pushing him away so that the poor woman's not squeezed to death. Because he's overdoing it, so I'm pushing him away and smiling.
Like I've heard backs crack and straighten as if he was a chiropractor. He's like, bring it in here. Like, too tight, Rich, too tight. Where are we? Thank you for that question. I love Robbie. I love Richie. I love all these guys. I love you.
Love you guys.
It's a freaking love fest, man. It just is. This is a fortunate thing. Mark Shepard said it earlier. We're so lucky to be here and see this and be part of you guys, and you guys give back to us what we get to give to you. And it's just, this is the most fortunate fandom. We're a family, man. It's just freaking awesome. That's all there is.
Family for sure.
Hi.
Hi.
You guys are like super awesome. I just want to say that first because I love you both.
Thank you. We love you too.
But I was just wondering, what's your favorite story like about or like including the other person?
We got the favorite one we've told a lot of times though.
Yeah, we've told a lot of times about the airplane story. Raise your hand if you've heard the airplane story. A couple of people. Boy, oh boy. Do you have another one?
It's just like recently something else happened. I think this might replace the airplane story.
I know, I remember there was something.
Right? We had a pretty epic game of Jenga yesterday.
Yeah, that was pretty intense. It was a really intense game of Jenga. It's no joke.
We recorded every round when it got good.
The Jenga tower was no joke this tall. Everything was one kind of brick. I mean,
and it was like open heart surgery. I mean, it was like, gee.
We all moved away from the table. We're standing in the restaurant. Nobody wanted to touch it. We were all like 5 feet away from the table, like.
And all the phones were out, waiting for it to topple.
Yeah, there was like 6 of us playing this Jenga game. It was so intense and like so rewarding. We were like 1 beer and a game of Jenga. Boy, we know how to party these days.
Dad,
I'll meet you in the Jenga room, boy.
Okay, the quick version of our favorite story ever is in Australia. We're taking a plane from Sydney to Melbourne, and Matt and Richard have a fear of flying. It used to be worse than it is now. It used to be bad. It was actually pretty awful because I had to sit next to one of them. And that's the only time I'm not afraid. It's on an airplane. I don't know what it is. So I'm always calming Rich down. Well, Rich was so tired, and the plane was empty. So Rich says, I'm going to sit in the middle of the plane in like one of those like 5 rows across, and he like sacks out. Matt's like, you're sitting next to me, right? Rich said you're great to fly with. He said you're great, sit next to me. I said, yeah. So we sit on the plane and the two people over here. Well, we get up, and we're not up for about 10 minutes, and the plane, we experienced the most tribulation that I've ever experienced in my life. It was freaking scary. And it went, it went like that, and things were like, there were carts rolling down the aisle.
Sodas flying everywhere.
Nisha's in the bathroom, peed on himself.
Picture, the plane dropped so much, like just, for a second, if you could, picture Misha peeing. He's pee-peeing down, and then there's, before you flush it, it kind of pools down there. And so the plane drops and the pee goes up, and then the plane goes forward with another turbulent, and the pee-pee goes boom.
I remember the stewardess, like, the cart in front of her, their bottles dropping. I mean, it was so, and I'm like, ah! And Matt's like, I thought you were supposed to be a good flyer!
Yeah, like I'm sitting next to him, and he's in the window, and I'm here.
No, it was like this. I was in the aisle.
No, you were in the window.
I was?
You were in the window, Rob. And he's in there, and I'm thinking, I'm like freaking out, white knuckling the seat. I'm like, oh! And like I open an eye just long enough to see Rob, and I'm like, oh, I know he's gonna be calm, I'm gonna feel okay. And I'm like, and it like stops, and we like level out, and I'm white.
Our hands all.
Rob's going, still holding the seat, going, I don't know.
He was pissed at me, pissed off.
I've never been so angry at a person. You were supposed to be a good flyer. Like I thought he was gonna be like, oh, Matt, it's okay, man. We're good. We're gonna get a soda and some food, and we'll get to the next destination in 30 minutes.
Meanwhile, the worst flyer of anybody sitting in the middle row by himself.
And I'm just over here like, I wonder what Rich is doing. I look over. My anger goes to 10,000 more points.
Slept through the whole thing.
Slept through the whole thing. And what does he say? Like just before the turbulence happened, the lady was like, well, tonight we'll be serving, what was it? Green curry. Green curry is the last thing he must have heard before he fell asleep. Because here goes Rob, scream, Matt's breathing hard, looks at Rich, and Rich out of nowhere wakes up and goes,
Did I smell Indian? Is that Indian food? I'll have curry. Where's the curry?
No idea that he was just on the scariest plane ride of his life. He literally wakes up like refreshed, fresh face, like telling jokes. Oh, the curry, I'll have the middle seat. Yeah, no, I'll have 2 if there's.
From his angle, he looks over at us, and we've been hit by a fish.
Yeah, Robbie and I broke up in the moment. We didn't know what. I was like, I don't know if we can continue this relationship.
However, that has become our favorite story ever.
Yeah, we've just told it so many times.
Hi.
Hi. You guys are totally awesome. I just want to say that first.
Thank you.
My question is, if you had to switch roles with someone else on the show, who would you switch with, and why would you want to play like that person?
I have 2 answers.
Okay.
My first answer is I would like to play Crowley only because I can do a better job.
Somewhere in the building, he's eating a steak, and he just went like this.
I know. He's the face down in the massage chair, and he's like... No, kidding. My other answer
and
is...
Norton's like...
Right.
Norton's giving the old massage.
My other answer is probably similar to what yours is. I'd love to play any of those characters. Would I? No. Do I think I could do better? No. Everybody's been cast so perfectly, has had the opportunity to play different characters. I got to play 2 characters. You are God as far as I'm concerned.
That's true.
You're the only God, you're the only Chuck I could ever imagine. Jared's the only tall, handsome, flowy, locky hair guy. Jensen's the only luscious lip bastard I know to play that role.
I think that I would answer that, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't rather play anyone else, but if I had to, I think that, and I'm only saying this because he's not here, but I think that Rich's character is pretty fun. Since he plays the trickster / Gabriel, would be pretty fun. Or Castiel. I've always said Castiel has been the answer. If Rich were here, I'm going to say Castiel. Anyway.
I mean, they'd all be fun to play, realistically.
Sure,
like in my, like when I look at these characters, I'm
How about Abaddon? I want to play Abaddon.
I want to play young Mary, but
That would be weird.
it'd be weird, sexy.
Oh, marry yourself and stuff.
I'd be all like, look at me,
You can be married to me.
I'm blonde,
I love myself.
kick ass and stuff. Sorry about that spit, did everybody see that? I was like this, Rob. I was like, I'm just sexy and I can kick fast and stuff.
The whole front row. Also, they're at a Gallagher show.
Well, there's no killer whales left at SeaWorld to splash you, so come here and I will soak you all with my spit.
Yes. Plastic over here. Hi.
Well, so far for both of you.
This is pretty great.
I'm really digging this It Takes Two to Make Things Go Right panel.
That's awesome for me. But so far in this convention, up till now, karaoke was pretty darn fun. You know what's really fun? Pictures during karaoke. I had a great time.
They were fun.
I don't normally get to do the karaoke pictures in costume, so I became rich last night and got to do karaoke, and that's just so fun. There's something freeing about being dressed as someone else, and you can do whatever you want. You're not just like Rob trying to be the best Rob you can be. You're a person in a blue wig with a red jumper on.
You're thing one in an extremely flammable jumpsuit.
Yeah,
Just
2.5.
hoping somebody doesn't make a mistake with a lighter. Just any second. Where'd Rob go? Okay, there he is. Eyelashes.
Anyway, moving on.
Anyways, thing 2.5's the end of that career.
Remember Rob? Not so much. No, yeah, that was super fun because I really got to let loose. Matthew?
I love.
Which part of them?
All the parts. The thing I want to say is that I love Saturday Night Special so much, but it hasn't happened. So let's talk as if today is tomorrow, and this is Sunday at yay o'clock. And I love Saturday Night Special. I think it's become the backbone of this thing. It's the heart and soul. It's, you know, and it's not because like the actors, and it's just like at the end of the day, you Loud and Swain up here, and they're killing their own music, just making it sweet love melodies in the air that tickle your ears and your brain explodes. And then they're covering songs like, I'm like, hey Rob, I want to sing this, can you guys just learn this right now real fast? Like, and they do it. I mean, they're just so talented and it's so emotional, and it's so, you guys are going to bring so much energy tonight.
Yeah.
So much energy.
That's the thing I love about it is the audience.
Oh man.
It feels like there's a connection that we don't get at any other time. Something about music I feel like brings people together in a great way.
Yeah, it's so good.
Thank you for your question.
You're welcome.
Hey, over here. We have 55 minutes left.
My question is for Matt. With regard to working on South of Nowhere and how that was such a big thing at the time, and now coming full circle with the Supreme Court's decision this year in a murder film, The Hodges, I was wondering what it felt like to be part of that, and also if there was anything with the cast, like getting in touch with one another, like after the fact, like the creation, like the creator, producers, whatever of the show, since it was kind of, you know, at least in part centered around LGBT rights.
Sure. Those of you who don't know the first television, I'm going to answer as fast as I can. For those of you who don't know, the first television show I did was called South of Nowhere. Had the most iconic teen lesbian storyline to date, according to TV Guide. And I have my shirt off all the time. But that's not important. What's important is I met my wife there, and I also met, Those of you who don't know, I never met my real mother. My parents divorced when I was 18 months old. It's not a soft spot, let's not get emotional. When I was 18 months old, my mom was an alkie, my dad got custody, raised me, mom never came back. So, that being said, I met basically my adoptive mother on that set. A woman, a writer, the show creator, Nancy Lee Mayan. She's a lesbian woman. Me and my wife recently married them in California. So I essentially have two moms, yes. I've done a lot of stuff with GLAAD. I feel so lucky to be part of something that had a message. Beautiful. The fact that it's 2015 and people can't marry who the F they want to marry is so GD stupid, I want to break things. It is the most ass-backwards, ridiculous train of thought in the world. So yes, people should love everybody and nobody should care. Let people do their thing and be happy, right? I mean, what? Such a waste of energy. I'm so sorry, we gotta just go fast because we only have a couple minutes. I hope that answered your question. Go, that side.
Should we do like a...
Yeah, let's do a speed round. Let's get a couple real quick.
Speed round. Speed round.
Seven.
Okay, first one.
This one's for you. What is it, having already hosted a supernatural convention in the show, what is it like actually hosting a real life supernatural convention?
This is way cooler and a lot more ladies.
Yes, I agree with those things. Go, next question.
What are your favorite songs to sing at karaoke?
Robbie?
Carry On Wayward Son.
I am the tiger.
Oh, my favorite part so much is like I get freed up to be whoever I want to be and jump around. I love jumping around and just expressing myself through the music.
Go.
Thank you.
This is for Rob. If Chuck could have a catchphrase, what would it be?
Catchphrase for Chuck.
Writing is hard.
Do you believe the popular fan theory that Chuck is God?
Absolutely.
I do 110%.
Yep. You.
This is for Rob. Hi, twin.
Hi, twin.
If you could write one novel in your lifetime, what would you write about?
My experience with the stroke. Having a stroke experience.
Well said. Anybody else? Done? Go on.
Over here we go.
I'm just wondering why Matt hasn't taken his shirt off yet.
Matt, why didn't you take your shirt off?
Because I told people, the only way my pants are coming off is if you behave and you're not behaving. And number two, I'll do a whole freaking convention with my shirt off if you donate $5,000 to Misha's Random Acts.
In regards to season 10 and the season 11 promo, what do you think your role or God's role will be in the next season?
Well, all I can tell you is that, with the darkness here, it does seem like the time is ripe for God to make an appearance.
I'm just saying. Let's go.
Okay, my question is for the both of you. Is there any plotline on Supernatural that you haven't seen yet that you would like to see?
Yeah, more of me and Rob.
Yeah, Matt and Rich and Rob coming back in together.
Three of us all the time.
If you could bring any character back to life in exchange for a character that's currently alive, who would it be?
Oh man, that's a great
That's a good one.
I don't even know.
I mean, I'm not going to say it out loud, but I'd like to put my character in and maybe, I don't know, take Crowley out. He's going to like strike me down right here. Like,
The choices, I can't do it.
just say Crowley. He means Crowley. Don't be scared.
Yeah, he'll come back anyway and bring Matt back. Bring Matt back instead of Crowley.
Sorry.
Sorry, go ahead.
Hi, Matt. My question is for Rob, actually. I saw you on documentary now for 2 seconds. Did you enjoy doing that? How did you get
Oh my God, I love to do it. Documentary Now is the show on IFC with Fred Armisen and Bill Hader, and just watching. I got to be there the whole time because I was like the boom guy in the documentary, so they're amazing. So just to watch them work was awesome.
If you were to describe your character's relationship with the Winchesters in one word, what would it be?
Chuck Chester.
My relationship with the Winchester,
Ship it.
Father.
You.
How would you want your characters to come back on the show?
Alive.
In a big burst of sunlight.
Very relevant and
Smoke. and lights.
And definitely a musical episode.
And I'd say, I'm back, bitches.
And then I would go, boom! He's back, bitches!
Thank y'all.
Guys, thank you so much. What a great Q&A. Seriously, I had a great time.
It was awesome. I had a great time too, man. Thank you, everybody.
Ready? That being said,
I want to rock right now. I love bass and I came to get down. I'm not internationally known, but I'm known to rock the microphone because I get stupid, I need outrageous. Stay with me, it's a contagious, cause I'm a winner, no not a loser. To be an MC is what I choose. The ladies love me, girls adore me, even the ones who never saw me. Like the way that I rhyme at a show. The reason why I'm in, I don't know, so let's go. It takes two to make a thing go right. It takes two to make it out of sight. It takes two to make a thing go right. It takes two to make it out of sight.
yes, sir, so good. So good. Good news is, I think we still stand up here and say things.
Yeah,
Because we're co-hosting.
hey, why don't you run
I'll
off
go.
and see if the next guest is ready?